tree. Even I can't deny the beauty.
The roots of a great ancestor tree reach from deep underground to the surface above and beyond. But this tree feels tainted. You are a scion of the elves. The mother tree demands your blood. You do not have a choice. She has a plan, and you must serve her with your death. You heed your mother's wishes and take root. But then you hear a voice, a friendly whisper from beyond. The voice knows you. He understands you. He loves you. He offers you your freedom and asks but one small service in return. Grateful, you accept. In an instant, you are an elf once more, walking in the world. But your new friend begins to make demands. Small services, then larger and more often. They cause you pain. At last, he bids you guard your tree. He expects you shall have guests. You shall kill the Godwoken when they come. Then you shall be free. The thought occurs. The scion replaced one bad deal with another.
No such thing as luck, only self-earned success. Or as in this case, self-earned failure.
To trade one's soul for immortality and then lose out on your prize? That is unfortunate, no matter the circumstances.
Elven games. No one cares.
The roots of a great...
Cremation pyre. From fire to ash, from ember to flame.
The chest before you is wreathed in flame, but doesn't seem to be actually burning. The flames dance above the ancient pictograms depicting lizards and the ancient empire. You lean in to examine the images further, but are driven back by the intense heat of the flames. The chest before you is covered in... You hear a deep rumbling from inside the chest, and a voice emerges. It hisses and clicks, but doesn't make any sense. The chest responds with more hissing. It's a language, but you don't understand it. Given the pictograms, you assume it's an ancient... The chest before you is... You hear a deep rumble.
This chest recognizes Consul Zara as master. Speak her words or return me to the flames. This chest does not answer the questions of fools. Speak the words of Consul Zara or return me to the flames. The words of Consul Zara are not inane babbling. Speak them or be silent.
The chest sits silently for a moment before answering.
Consul Zara would rather see her ashes in the wind than her treasure in the hands of an ape. Please honor her memory.
Look at those bones! I've spotted something. Still sounds stuck. Must be more to it.
I've spotted something.
Ah! Success! It's shut tight.
It's shut tight. It's shut tight.
Oh, it's shut tight.
No, the door. It's shut tight. It's shut tight. What did that do? What did that do? Hear that? It did something. All this treasure. This family must have been rich.
You feel the unusual object's vast energy before your hand even touches its smooth surface. Upon contact, the semi-transparent artifact shivers and speaks. You feel you've heard this language before, but where you cannot remember. And what these intonations mean, you cannot say.
Adan, Shvalon Dumorav Narvur Revelis.
The oblong object is crystal clear and unmarked by marks or chips. It rests snugly in your palm, as if meant to be gripped with a resolute hand. The object repeats its unintelligible speech. Unlike so many other spirits, this one is hardly silent. She clicks and squawks the moment you approach her, like a cornered crow facing down a hungry owl.
Are you the new servant, then? A pity. Seems the standard is plummeting quickly. You brought my tea, have you? Oh, honey, I didn't hire you for your entertainment value. I hired you to draw my bath and rub my calluses.
She raises her leg and pokes her foot towards you.
As you see, they need a lot of work.
Unlike so many,
Are you the new servant, then?
the spirit takes the invisible cup from you and
I've tasted better brews.
she waits a moment.
You expecting a tip? Well, here's one. Soap. Use it. What is this? Huh?
The crystalline artifact is both beautiful.
What the hell? We're trapped.
I'll yield.
The crystalline artifact is both...
This thing speaks to me. But what is it trying to say?
Sounds like a demon with a swollen tongue. I wonder if what's inside is as pleasant as a demon with a swollen tongue.
My tongue! It's speaking the language of the Eternals. I mean, it is gibberish, but such beautifully phrased gibberish.
It has a nice rhythm to it, doesn't it? Kind of like a song. Beautiful language.
Melee took place here, with House of Shadows assassins from the looks of it. I dread a dream undone. This spirit, it beckons to me. A lone witness to the carnage that must have happened here. I must speak with it. There is an urgency in its bearing that cannot be denied.
The Red Prince addresses the lizard spirit. He turns out to be a dreamer, long dead, who speaks archaically and sings in a truly ancient tongue.
Rav Mudon, Anan Eket, Vetu Duran.
Like a lullaby, the melody lulls them both to sleep until, with a start, the Red Prince wakes once more.
My word. Even I, not in my wildest, most demon-lusting dreams, could have guessed a destiny such as this. A tale too preposterous to be believed, and yet so ultimately, so undeniably true once told. The race of lizards, all of us, we were dragons once. Great red dragons. Somehow, eons ago, we withered. We shrank, our wings shriveled. Never more to be the majestic creatures we once were. Until now. I am to be the father of dragons, and she, the Red Princess, is to be the mother. I've told you about her, haven't I? The secret of my soul. All my life I thought she was but a dream within a dream, but she is real. She is here. And I must go to her. To think she awaits me even now, no more than a walk away. Come, we must move north at once. Dying indeed. We mustn't forget the House of Shadows continues to hunt us. The dreamer I met only managed to elude them by escaping bodily into the dream realm, never to return. Sacrifices are being made in our names, mine and hers, so that we may sire dragons. I intend to prove worthy of these sacrifices.
The Red Prince turns to thank the spirit for its aid. The old soul concludes its melody, and with it, its stay upon this world. You recognize the dog from the town square in Driftwood. The wounds from his spiked collar are healing well.
Oh, hi! How are you? I'm good. Hey, do you smell that? It smells like the fish place, doesn't it? Like fish, only, worse. Okay, bye!
The lizard hums Here lies Phylan Surrey, whose family's generous patronage helped build these burial grounds, and who refused to be buried in the Surrey crypt.
A scholar or mystic, no doubt. Careful.
If graves you dig, I'll warn you now. Beware the creak and then the click. Then comes the bang, then comes the bang. Close your eyes and listen.
The spirit's memories play out before you in darkest black. The sound alone relates the tale. A self-styled archaeologist, some would call you a grave robber, you found the grave of Baron Wilmart Hogg IV. Your footsteps crunch light upon the gravel as you approach the tomb. You know that Hogg was avaricious, paranoid, and cruel, and you yourself value the first of these two traits most highly. You ease your way up to the grave and run your hand around the lid, searching for a trap. You find nothing. The wind whispers in the trees, and the grass rustles quietly. You slide the lid open with a creak, click. Uh-oh, you think. Bang! The silence of the night is rent with a sound of screaming. You're screaming as you burn to death.
Commiserations, he said. I knew the risks. If graves you'd open, beware the creak and then the click. Then comes the bang, then comes the bang. I have only one regret. I didn't get the loot. I didn't get the loot. First came the creak, and then the click. Then came the bang, then came the bang. No, stop, thief! No, 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 no!
Careful now. It's a trap.
You recognize the dog from the town square.
Oh, hi! You again? Everything okay?
Stone Guard, be welcome.
Glory is mine.
Hey, come and get me, you overgrown grasshopper. My lad's gonna want to make sure his ma's all right after that.
Mari flashes a massive horsey smile at you, then winces, her left arm hanging limply at her side.
By the seven, that was something. What'd I tell you? Nice scratch on me. None that last, at least. Glad my little guy got to see it. Oh, sure. Just a nasty bruise by the feel of it. May have to lay off blasting beasties for a day or two hereafter. The fighter's lament. Didn't catch your name, though. I'm Mari. Pleasure's mine. You all right? Dunno about you, but I never was afraid of bugs. Then again, if you hadn't rolled in when you did, I might be whistling Teedle-Dee in a Void Woken's belly by now. I owe you one. A bug squasher, are you? Impressive. Hate to cut this short, but I ought to dash off. My boy's waiting for me. Mind lowering the bridge, though? I find myself slightly indisposed for the moment.
Rather large for a cellar, isn't it?
A spillage all over the floor.
I've spotted something. What's this? I found something.
What's this? I found something.
The angelic figure you feel wait.
Lucky find.
As you suck the smoke deep in, as the world fades away.
Glory is mine.
Ifan, you've come not a moment too soon. It's here. Even here. We must hurry now. We must race toward the well with all the determination of the eagle diving for its prey. Your prey lies on a far-off shore, at the heart of the nameless isle. It is a place no one can reach unless their soul becomes their compass.
He places a hand over your heart, and you suddenly feel it, an unmistakable pull in a new and distant direction.
The battle for divinity is about to begin in earnest. The other gods and their chosen will try to outflank us, just like we must outflank them. But I will be with you, guide you, stand by you. Together we will prevail. You and I. The void will be overcome, and you will be the god of gods. The end is nigh. Don't fail us now.
You jolt back to the world, stumbling forward. Dark smoke surrounds you, hanging in the air like black fog. This feels wrong. The Meister's cry cuts through the haze. You look up just in time to see what steps out of the shadows.
I'll yield to none.
Stay strong. What?
The spirit of... Your god told you there can be only one. He said you'll eventually need to turn on each other.
I've use for neither gods nor men. I myself am the island that is my destination. You, a mere port along the way I tolerate, for the time being.
This problem tore the Seven apart, but perhaps it can bring us together. I say, all for one, and one for, at most, 3 others.
Like I'd ever listen to some spook at the peril of my friends. Not in this lifetime.
The carved figure is your touch. A war owl swoops down from the sky and delivers a message for the Red Prince. Red Prince, I am the one who has been hunting you, but you cling to life all too tenaciously. We must speak of the reason for your expulsion from the ancient empire, and we must speak of the Red Princess. Find me on the Nameless Isle at the Temple of Zor Stissa. In the presence of the goddess, let war and shadow meet.
A word, if I may? I know you're anxious to leave for the Nameless. The Red Princess, the secret of my soul.
Reaper's Coast lies nearby, Master. And you are ready to sail elsewhere, I shall be there. There is nothing to say. Only that I exist to serve you. Preference is of no consequence, Master. I am here to serve. Very well. Preparations will be made, and the half-breed elf will be summoned. The sea beckons, Master. I will bear you to your destination. I exist to serve.
A sudden shuffle behind you, and Los's mouth is close to your ear.
Psst. Hey, Chief. I need to have a little chat with old Mouse about something. Mind if I butt in?
There you are, Losa. I've been eager to hear a little update. Did you do as I instructed?
Working on it. Working on it. I met Jehan, but I still have a little something to do before he'll be able to help me.
Don't dilly-dally, my dear. You don't need me to tell you that the clock is ticking.
I know, okay? I'm on it.
See that you are. If I so much as catch a whiff of that demon of yours, I'll put you down myself.
Love you too, Mouse.
Ugh. I know 3 whole syllables can be a challenge, but do at least try. Aren't you supposed to be off learning how to become the divine and whatnot?
Her eyes flash with something. Anger, perhaps, or fear.
But never mind. We better focus on the task at hand.
She looks straight ahead, ignoring you.
Well, aren't you industrious? Of course, not everyone on the ship's manifest has returned, as you can see. Gareth went off some which away to see about his parents. I suppose he must have gotten held up. You could go and find him, if you're so inclined. I'm glad to see you're quite ready to travel on, but I can't help but notice something's missing. Are you sure you've done everything you meant to do here? I could have sworn you had a lone wolf to hunt down or some such. We won't be returning here, you know. But what about your companions? It seems to me that perhaps they're very well then. Ready to set sail when you are, Your Holiness. Fantastic. Now, on to the interesting part.
After many adventures, the party finally reached the place where Godwo can go to become divine. But more surprises and difficult choices awaited.